So here's how you make Newfoundland fish cakes. Take a pack of saltfish. 2 waters for 20 minutes each. Lots of potato. Cut up your fat back pork for frying. And of course we have to cut up the onion until it's got to be cooked. I don't like raw onion in fish cakes, so I always make sure they're fried out first. The fish is ready to drain and pick the bones out of and get ready to prepare with the potatoes. I cut my potatoes up small so they'll cook faster. There's no need to have to wait for the potatoes to cook when they're big. Here's the ingredients for Newfoundland fish cakes. Potatoes, deboned fish. You got to tear it all to pieces though, make sure it matches well. And then of course we got our egg, and I just use maybe a handful or so of the crumbs. And we got our onions, and this is what we're gonna fry our fish cakes in. Of course, I like to have a big dipper or a big boiler to boil the potatoes in because I don't want them to boil over on the stove. To boil the potatoes, I use the same water that I boiled the fish in the second time because it's still a little bit salty, so that's good for the potatoes. Okay, now I'm gonna pick the fish apart. Any bones in there, we gotta make sure there's no bones left. We don't want anybody choking on one of my Newfoundland fish cakes. Fry up the onions and a little bit of pork. Get them nice and tender. The potatoes are still warm. I'm gonna mash them up. Now we're gonna dump in all our fish. And we're gonna mix all that up. Okay, so our onion is all nice and cooked up. So I'm going to sprinkle that in. All that in there. Put the taste on the fish cakes. That's what I like. Okay. And I'm going to sprinkle in some breadcrumbs. This helps solidify the fish cakes, keep them together so they won't fall apart in your frying pan. And that's about enough. And I'm also going to put in our egg. This is something else that helps keep your fish cake together. Helps with flavor too, of course. Just got to make sure I put on a clean rubber glove, because you know it's okay to use your hands for this, but I prefer using the glove because it's clean and it's not as messy for your hands. So I just go through it like this and make sure she's all mixed up. The egg, the breadcrumbs, and every now and then you just might find a piece of fish skin in there, but that's okay. That looks good, look. Now, one other thing we gotta remember is that this gotta go in the refrigerator for about 2 hours before you start forming your fish cakes. If you try to do that now, you can see they'd be pretty sloppy, but this solidifies in the refrigerator. Okay, it's mixed well, I got it covered, and it's gonna be in the refrigerator here now for 2 hours. Then they'll be ready to form and fry. Can't wait. Okay, I'm getting them ready for the frying pan. I'm going to use the ice cream scoop so that they'll all be roughly the same size. And put it here on this parchment paper so it won't stick while I'm waiting for the frying pan to heat up. There. Flatten them out. There, they're roughly all the same size. The more I make, the more I eat. Before we put them in the frying pan, we have to take them and we have to put flour in them. And that'll put a nice crispy cover on them when they're fried. Yummy. I have some in the pan. The flour is going to give them a nice crispy look. Don't forget your temperature. You want it too high, so I got it about 5 on a triple burner. And that does pretty good. Everything in the fish cake is already cooked, of course. So it's just a matter of getting them browned and waiting to eat them. Here's the pork fat back, but it smokes after a couple of panfuls. This here also smokes. It's good, but it smokes. The one that don't smoke and the one that's really best for frying these fish cakes in is vegetable oil. So I use that in the third and fourth pans because of the smoking of the other two things. Now comes the taste test. I always got to have a taste test on the end, eh?
Give me a piece.
Of course they're delicious. What did you expect? When I make fish cakes, I make them. Oh, good. Partridge soup and fish cakes.